Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari Yashodanandana Vrajajana Ranjana Yashodanandana Vrajajana Ranjana Yamuna Tira Vanachari Yamuna Tira Vanachari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari Yashodanandana Vrajajana Ranjana Yashodanandana Vrajajana Ranjana Yamuna Tira Vanachari Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Jaya Radha Nata Vara Radha Nata Vara Radhe Jaya Prabhupada Jaya Prabhupada Prabhupada Jaya Prabhupada 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 Jaya Jaya Prabhupada Tenth canto. 10th canto. 10th canto. It's the 30th chapter. Om Ajnanadimigambasya Jnananjanashunakaya Chakshurvanamitam Yena Tasmai Sri Gurave Namah Sri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Bhagavatam Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya We are reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 10, Chapter 30, text number 28. The Gopis search for Krishna. Anyaradhito nunam Bhagavan Haririshwaraha Yanno Vihaya Govinda Pritoyam Anyadharaha Certainly, this particular gopi has perfectly worshipped all-powerful personality of Godhead Govinda, since he was so pleased with her that he abandoned the rest of us and brought her to a secluded place. Purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur explains that the word Aradhita refers to Srimati Radharani. He comments, the sage Sukadev Goswami has tried with all endeavor to keep her name hidden, but now it automatically shines forth from the moon of his mouth. That he has spoken her name is indeed her mercy, and thus the word Aradhita is like the rumbling of a kettle drum sounded to announce her great good fortune. Although the gopis spoke as if jealous of Srimati Radharani, they were actually ecstatic to see that she had captured Sri Krishna. Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti quotes the following detailed description of Srimati Radharani's footprints as given by Srila Rupa Goswami in his Sri Ujjwala Neelamani. At the base of her large toe of her left foot is the mark of a barley corn. Below that mark is a disc. Below the disc is an umbrella, and below the umbrella is a bracelet. A vertical line extends from the middle of her foot to the juncture of her large and second toes. At the base of the middle toe is a lotus. Below that is a flag with a banner, and below the flag is a creeper, together with a flower. At the base of her small toe is an elephant goat, and upon her heel is a half moon. Thus, there are 11 marks on her left foot. At the base of her large toe of her right foot is a conch shell, and below that a spear. At the base of the small toe of her right foot is a sacrificial altar. Below that an earring, and below the earring is a spear. Along the base of the second, third, fourth, and small toes is the mark of a mountain, below which is a chariot, and on the heel is a fish. Thus, altogether, there are 19 distinguished marks on the soles of Srimati Radharani's lotus feet. Does anybody knows? Does anybody have heard of these marks on her feet? Never, right? These are all the marks that we all can meditate today. Each mark has its own significance. We are not going to go there, but let's go into the topic of today's festival. Today is RADHASHTAMI, which is Radharani's appearance, and also today is Vishakha Devi's appearance too. So it's Lalita Vishakha, that Vishakha born on the same day. So coming to Srimati Radharani, first of all, our spiritual knowledge is very high and very confidential. If not for Prabhupada, none of us would know about Goloka Vrindavan. None of us would know about there is something higher exists after Brahmaloka. Everybody knows up to Brahma because everybody is, by especially when we have the culture of worshipping the demigods, we know Brahma is the ultimate. He can give the benedictions. But because of Srila Prabhupada's mercy, because of his hard work, his endeavor, his sacrifice, we all have been given the knowledge of Sri Krishna. And going further, he went ahead and then translated this 10th canto for us, which is our Krishna book, to give the knowledge of Srimati Radharani as well. But it's very, very confidential. We are not actually qualified to discuss those inner pastimes of Sri Radha and Krishna, because we, with our mundane minds, with our mundane things, we will not be able to understand the transcendental nature of those pastimes. So, when Rupa Goswami says in Nectar of Devotion, there are 9 stages of devotional service. What are those? Adho Shraddha, Sadhu Sangha, Bhajana Kriya, and then Anartha Nivritti, and then Nishta, Ruchi, Asakti, Bhava, and Prema. Where are we all? Which stage we are all in? We are almost there with close to Anartha Nivritti, but not finishing Anartha Nivritti. we are in Sadhu Sangha, we are in association of devotees, and then when Anartha Nivritti starts, that's when we realize how many lifetimes it's going to take us to realize what Srila Prabhupada has given. So the last stage is Prema. So in Prema, there are several stages. One is Sneha, Mana, Pranaya, Raga, Anuraga, Bhava, Mahabhava. So even under Prema, these are all the stages of the Prema. And Radharani is at the last stage, which is Mahabhava. That's where she is. So Mahabhava Swarupini Radhika. So in Chaitanya Charitamrita, it says, Govinda Nandini Radha, Govinda Mohini, Govinda Sarvasva Sarva, Sarvakanta Shiromani. She is the crest jewel of anything, everything, crest jewel of devotional service. She is the crest jewel of all concerts of Sri Krishna. I was listening to a class, it blown away for me. Just as a guess, okay, how many gopis are there in the Rasa dance? Just take a guess. How many gopis do you think? We heard about Rasa Leela, Rasa dance. How many gopis are there in the Rasa dance? How many? 16,000. Any other guess? In Rasa dance, there are 100 billion gopis. So many gopis. I'm like, really? Krishna expanded to that many forms to give pleasure to everybody. But anyway, so let's before we come to Srimati Radharani, who gave us this knowledge? Srila Prabhupada has given. Before Srila Prabhupada, who broke the storehouse for us? Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, right? So how he could do that? How he could break the storehouse? Let's come to that conclusion, and then we'll narrate a couple of pastimes of Srimati Radharani. So during Rama and during Ram Leela, Lord Ram and Sita, they were walking in Dandakaranya forest. And then when they came to Dandakaranya forest, Lord Ramchandra, he saw many skulls, bones, so many hanging skulls and everywhere. And he was so worried. And he said, what is all this? Why all these skulls are hanging here? What happened? And then the people says, they're all the skulls of the sages because they are worshipping the God. When we are here, sometimes we think in Kali Yuga, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu gave us a very easy process to chant. Anywhere, everywhere you chant, anytime you chant, any time of the day you chant. But during those days in Satya Yuga, Dwapara Yuga, it's thousands and thousands of years of penance. And now we are sitting here, we think, Abba, I wish I would have born in Satya Yuga. Everything was so nice. No, Hiranyakashipu was there, and then Ravana was there. So the sages are not allowed to worship. So many sages got killed. And Ram, when he came to know that these many skulls are there, he got very angry. And then he picked up his bow and arrow, and then he attacked and he killed so many Rakshasas in one day. And as usual, Sita, she is the expansion of Srimati Radharani, the ocean of compassion. She felt, if any living entity is her child, whether it's a demon, good child, bad child, but everybody is her child. So she said, my Lord, why are you killing these many people? Why are you killing all these Rakshasas? I can't see this. Why are you angry? Why are you angry so much? Just have compassion. And then looking at her compassionate heart, Lord Ramachandra says, in this incarnation, I came here to protect Dharma, so I have to do it. So next incarnation, when I come as Sri Krishna, as myself, then I will not hold any weapon. So she says, okay. And then when Dwapara Yuga comes, Krishna comes, and then what did Krishna do in Vrindavan? Every single day before lunch, there is a play. What is that play? Killing of one demon, right? Either it's Putana, either it is Dhenukasura, Aghasura, doesn't matter. Before lunch, wait, what is the play today? Hey, which demon is coming? Let's kill it, let's kill it. So Radharani goes one day and she says, Krishna, what are you doing? You promised me that you will not kill anybody. You remember what did you do during Ram Leela? You promised me that you will not kill anybody. Krishna looks at that, eye and says, I did not say I will not kill. I said I will not hold any weapon. Did I hold any weapon in killing any of these? Lord Ramchandra is straightforward, straight, standing straight, walking straight, talking straight. How is our Krishna standing? Crooked. Everything is crooked. He says, I said I will not hold any weapon. I didn't say I will not kill. Did I hold any weapon? Did I kill Putana with any weapon? Aghasura with any weapon? No. So I'm keeping my promise. And Radharani was thinking, oh, when I am next to him, there he killed. Even when I am next to him here, he's still killing. So I have to be inside of him. Then only he will understand my compassion. So what did she do? How is Chaitanya Mahaprabhu? Who is Chaitanya Mahaprabhu? Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is the bhava of Sri Radha and the complexion of Sri Radha, but he is Sri Krishna. So that's why his heart is always melting with compassion during Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's Leela. Did we hear anything that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu pulled a weapon and killed somebody? Or Chaitanya Mahaprabhu hold somebody and swirled him around and threw him on the trees? We didn't hear anything because he's holding the bhava of Srimati Radharani. She is the ocean of compassion. So, but before we get into the pastimes, see, when it is raining outside, how will we go outside? We just go outside or we take something with us? Umbrella. Why we take umbrella? So that the rain don't make us wet, right? But when it is not raining, we don't use the umbrella. Similarly, when we are here on this auspicious day of Srimati Radharani's appearance, if we want to listen and we want to take an opportunity to glorify her, we need to remove the umbrella. What is the umbrella for us? In a subtle way, what is the umbrella? Our ego. Right? Say our Guru is giving mercy like this. Our Guru's Prabhupada is giving mercy like this, and we are holding umbrella. Why I am not getting mercy? Why I am not getting mercy? We do. Please remove the umbrella. Mercy is flowing, right? So we need to remove the umbrella to hold the mercy. We need to remove the umbrella to receive the mercy. So similarly, just for at least these few moments, around 20-25 minutes, remove the umbrella of our false ego, remove the umbrella of our false conceptions, and then let's dive into some of the pastimes of Srimati Radharani just for the pleasure of her. Because Radharani is the confidential, it's very highly confidential, but this is one day we have the license to glorify her. So it's not like every day, any day we can just go and just behave like Radha, walk like Radha, do like Radha. We cannot do anything. So this is one day, at least we have an opportunity by the mercy of Srila Prabhupada to glorify her. So let's narrate some pastimes of Srimati Radharani in Vrindavan. So we'll start with Goswamis, couple of pastimes with Goswamis, and then we will shift to actual Radha Krishna Leela. So Rupa Goswami, one of our 6 Goswamis, so he was sitting at Ter Kadam. There is a place called Ter Kadam in Vrindavan. So he was sitting there one day. Oh, before I dive into the pastimes, I'm not giving any appearance of Srimati Radharani because the whole Sunday feast class this past Sunday was about appearance of her, how she appeared, how she could not open her eyes, and then that's how it happened. When Radha and Krishna, when they're in the spiritual world, when Krishna was telling Radharani that I'm getting ready to go. Brahma came and he asked me to appear again, so I'm getting ready to go. And then Radharani says, oh, and then he requests Radharani to come. Then Radharani says, I want Govardhan, I want River Yamuna, I want the Gopis, I want the Vrindavan forest, and without that I cannot come. And Krishna says, I already sent all of them to the earthly planet. And then she says, when I appear on the earthly planet, I do not want to see anyone before I see you. That is the benediction she gets from Sri Krishna. That's why she doesn't open her eyes. She doesn't listen anything. So when Narada Muni comes and offers prayers and everything, when he suggests Vrishabhanu to go and make a big function and invite Nanda Maharaj, that's when Krishna comes and touches her. As soon as she feels the touch, she opens the eyes. So I'm not narrating that thing in detail because we already know all that. So coming to these pastimes of Goswamis, so one day Rupa Goswami was sitting at Ter Kadam, and then he invites his older brother Sanatan Goswami to come over. But he was sitting and thinking, what should I do? What should I cook for him? Because I want to offer something for him, but I don't have any ingredients. How should I cook? I wish I can make something for him. So while he's thinking, but he could not give up. He was writing, a lot of books were there. So he was writing and he don't know what to do, how to cook. Meanwhile, one beautiful girl comes, very beautiful girl. And he says, Baba, what are you doing? And he says, I'm writing. Who are you? And he says, I'm a, cowherd girl here. My mom sent me this sweet rice for you because you don't have anything. She said, go and give it to that Baba. And he takes it, he said, thank you so much. And then he kept writing and in his bhajan. And then Sanatan Goswami comes. When Sanatan Goswami comes, Rupa Goswami offers this sweet rice. And Sanatan Goswami, as soon as he tastes the first, he says, who made this? And then Rupa Goswami says, one cowherd girl, she came and she said her mom made it. She's like, how does the cowherd girl looks? And then Rupa Goswami describes she has lotus eyes, golden complexion, long black hair, and all the descriptions of Radharani's body. And then Sanatana Goswami says, what did you do? We are supposed to serve Srimati Radharani, and you took service from Srimati Radharani. What is this? And then Rupa Goswami feels so bad, and but they couldn't stop eating, right? They're like, what did you do? It is so nice. Why did you take service from Srimati Radharani? And he says, I'm sorry, brother. But they kept eating, they kept eating. They couldn't stop eating because it's so much nectar. So what do we learn from this? When we surrender our lives to Srimati Radharani, when we put our life at her feet, she is always there to protect us. No matter what the condition of our life is, no matter what the situations of our life is, she is always there to protect us. And we may not see how she is protecting. Sometimes when our car gets stuck, there is no gas, we only expect gas. Even if I come, Prabhu, come, I will give a ride. No, Mataji, my wife is on the way with the gas. I, you know, no, Prabhu, I'll give a ride. You can come back and fill it. No, I will wait here only. I want only that gas. Because we wanted to solve the problem only with that solution. But Radharani's, Krishna's mercy, Radharani's mercy, how it comes, we don't know. It may come in the form of a pain. Sometimes it may come in the form of a pain because we needed that purification. So we just had to learn to accept the mercy as it comes by surrendering our lives at her feet. And also one day, Rupa Goswami, he has this book. I forgot the name of the book. In that book, he describes Radharani's braid as a black snake. And then when Sanatana Goswami reads that pastime, he says, what is this? Why are you comparing our merciful Lord Radharani to black snake? Why are you doing this? And then he was sitting at Radha Kund, and then he was chanting one day, and then these are cowherd girls. They are swinging on big trees. There are swings and they are swinging, and one girl, her braid is swinging. It's going back and forth with the wind, and then the snake is moving in the back. And then he comes running. Hey, mad girl, what are you doing? There is something in your bag. There is a snake. There is a snake. And then all these girls, they were clapping and they were laughing. And when they saw him running, coming and saying, it's a snake, it's a snake. And they look at him and they laugh and they disappear. Then he understands that his compassion is correct. So another one is Radharani is when Raghunath Das Goswami, it's Raghunath Das Goswami. Yeah, no, Sanatan Goswami only. Sanatan Goswami, he's always into very deep meditation. He's always meditating on lotus feet of Srimati Radharani in his bhajan. So, but he never cares about the external circumstances that are around him. So one day he was sitting and chanting, where he's chanting on the shore of Yamuna. And he was sitting and chanting, and the sun is like, Vrindavan sun in summer is too much. That's why a lot of people travel out of Vrindavan, devotees, during summer because it's scorching heat, 120 degrees, something like that. So Raghunath Das Goswami, he was sitting and chanting. And then all of a sudden, Raghunath Das Goswami is sitting and chanting, and Sanatana Goswami comes and sees. He was sitting on the shore of the Yamuna and chanting, and Radharani is holding the veil like this on his head. But she is exposed to the sun. And then he goes and says, what are you doing? We are here to serve Srimati Radharani, and you are taking service from her. Be conscious of your external circumstances as well. That's another pastime with them. And already last Sunday we heard about Ramchandra Kavira's and Srinivas Acharya's pastime. How many of you remembered that? 2 people. Anybody else? It's so, huh?
No string, right?
Yeah, no string. Radharani losing her rose ring. Yeah. Okay, so that you already know. So we'll go to the next pastime. Radharani wanted to learn dance. One thing I came to know, Radharani, when okay, I will not reveal this. I will reveal it the past time. So Radharani wanted to learn the dance. And then one day she was telling Lalita and Vishaka and all the Sakis, I really wanted to perfect my dance, so I wanted to learn dance. So I'm going to Sham to learn dance. And then Vishaka says, who? Where are you going? And she says, I'm going to Sham Sundar, Sham, to learn dance. Vishaka is Sham Sundar. He will teach you dance. During Ras Leela, you know how much difficult we had to teach him few steps. We are his Nurtya gurus. We are his dancing teachers. Why are you going to him to learn dance? He doesn't know any dance. We are teaching him dance. And she said, no, 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 Vishaka. He said he will teach me dance. He dances nicely. And then she says, how many times you will get cheated by that, black rascal? He always keep tricking you. He always keep cheating you. Why are you going to Sham? Okay, we also will come with you. So he doesn't cheat you. And then she says, no, 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 please, no. And then she's very adamant saying, no, I'm going alone. So Radharani goes to Krishna on the shore of Yamuna river. And Krishna was waiting with folded hands and he was singing the glories of Srimati Radharani. And then Radharani goes to Sri Krishna, and then they had some discussions, they had laughs, and they had some jokes, everything. And then Krishna says, okay, Radha, let me teach you dance. And then he says, these are the steps that you can do with your neck, the steps with your eyes, and all these things. And he says different postures of dance. And then she's like, wow, I'm very impressed, thank you so much. And then she says, okay, bye, and then she comes home. So Vishaka Sakhi is responsible along with other Sakhis. She's the main Sakhi. And along with other Sakhis, she is responsible to do the Shringar for Radharani, to dress her. When she comes back, to undress her again, change her clothes, all that. So Vishaka, she comes back, when she was going, they put all those ankle bells for the dance and everything, right? Dance dress. So now they are trying to change her clothes and take off her makeup and everything. And then all of a sudden, Vishaka Sakhi says, what happened? And Radharani says, what happened? I came to know that Radharani, when they do the Alankar, when they do Shringar for Radharani, she wears 64 kinds of ornaments. Exactly 64 kinds, along with her earrings, toe rings, all kinds of rings, necklaces, headbands, everything together. She wears 64 ornaments every single day. That's a count. And there is separate boxes for her ornaments. So when Vishaka Sakhi undo the dressing, undo the makeup, it's her responsibility to count if all the 64 articles has come into that box. And then when she is putting all the items, when they were trying to take her of her makeup, she's like, one is missing, 63, and the ring is missing. And then she says, Radha, where is the ring? He's like, what ring? And then, I told you, don't go to that fellow alone. He definitely stole your ring. And she says, no, why Krishna has to steal my rings? He's like, no, I'm telling you, Radha, he stole your ring. Let's go to Sham right now. And then she says, no, Vishaka, he didn't steal. He's like, he stole it. I'm telling you, he stole it. And then she bangs the doors and Vishaka leaves with anger, and then she goes to Krishna. And then Krishna comes. Krishna is with his covered voice playing flute. And then Vishaka goes and, Krishna, please give that ring back. He's like, what are you talking about? What ring are you talking about? I don't know anything about the ring. And he says, and he says, oh, is it the hand ring, toe ring? I was like, so without knowing anything, how are you know it's a hand ring? You're already saying it's a hand ring. So give me the ring back. And then he says, what ring? And then she goes and grabs the ring from Krishna. And then she comes back and she tells Radharani, see, I told you, right? he stole your ring, and then we have to do the tit for tat, right? That's the sweetness of those pastimes between Radha and Krishna. And Radharani innocently says, "Oh Vishaka, I don't know how to steal." And Vishaka says, "I will teach you how to steal." And then Vishaka Saki teaches her how to steal. And then Vishaka, Radharani, Lalita, they all go to the pasture grounds next day. And Krishna was lying down in the afternoon after full lunch, resting. Madhumangal is resting, everybody is resting. And they take the peacock feather, they take the flute of Krishna, they take his black chadar, and then they come running back. And then when Krishna gets up, he's like, "Hey, where is my uh, peacock feather? Where is my flute? Where is my chadar? Where is everything?" And then Madhumangal says, and then what did they do to Madhumangal? Vishaka Saki, with her spiritual powers, she does like this, and he gets, here the mustache is not completely shaved, but here little bit, here little bit, here little bit, very uneven mustache. And then when they get up from their nap, Krishna looks at Madhumangal, he starts laughing. "What happened to you?" And then Madhumangal looks at Krishna and says, "Hey, where is your peacock feather? Where is your flute?" And he says, "We know what happened. We know what happened. Definitely those girls, they came and they stole our stuff." And then Krishna says, "Okay, now how do we get our stuff back?" Then they speak each other in the ear some secrets, and then they goes to Barsana, where Vrishabhanu has his palace and Radharani is living there, right? So they both disguise as older gopis, right? Older gopis, and they sit right in front of King Vrishabhanu's palace, and they starts crying loud, very loudly. "Shama, where are you, Sham? Oh Krishna, where are you? Oh Sham, where are you? How can we live without you, Sham, 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 Sham?" When they're chanting Sham, 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 Radharani is like, "What happened to my Sham?" And then she comes running out of the palace, and she's like, "Oh, oh, oh, my dear friends, why are you crying?" It's like, "Oh, we are missing Sham. We couldn't find Sham today. We are missing Sham. We wanted to see Sham. Oh, Sham, Sham." They started crying little more louder. "Oh, Sham, Sham, Sham." Like, "Oh, Sham must be in the pasture grounds." "No, no, no. We looked for Sham everywhere, in the pasture grounds, in the Vrindavan, here and there. Gokul Mahavan, he's not there. Oh, Sham, Sham, Sham." They started crying again so loud. And Radharani could not bear these elder gopis crying like that. Now what she has? She has peacock feather, she has flute, she has Krishna's chadar. So Radharani goes running inside the palace, and then she quickly changed her dress, and then she puts her black chadar, she dresses like Krishna. She puts the same peacock feather, she brings the flute and everything. And then she comes outside, and then she stands like Krishna, like Tribhanga form. And then meanwhile, because they're crying so loud, so many people of that village, they already gathered around. They're like, "Oh Sham, oh Sham, oh Sham, oh Sham." Oh my God, so many people. "What happened to Sham? What happened to Sham?" And then Krishna, Radharani comes dressing like Krishna, and then she stands in the Tribhanga form with flute and everything. And immediately those older gopis, they disguise back to Krishna and Madhumangal. They quickly grab the things and they run off. So then Radharani gets mad. When Radharani gets mad, it's very difficult to please her. Very, very difficult to please her. So she goes away, but we will come to that pleasing pastime, because there are many pleasing pastimes. So then that sweet pastime ends like that. They laugh and they laugh and they are away. So one day what happens? So now everything is tit for tat, right? Everything is like, now I need to get this. And then now Radharani gets mad, so she don't want to meet Krishna. She don't want to see Krishna. She don't want to see anybody. So there is a place in Vrindavan, it's called Radhavan. One means forest. It's called Radhavan. It's a very secret kunja, very secret forest place. Not like 12 forests of Vrindavan, but it's a separate secret place where Radharani goes with her friends for Jalakrida, and then to play in the Yamuna's water and everything. So Radharani, now Krishna wants to do something else, right? So now Radharani and Sakhis, they go on that shore and then they were laughing and then they were, joking and then they get into the Yamuna water. During those days, Yamuna was crystal clear lake and the lotus flowers used to float around Yamuna. You don't need to separately grow them in somewhere. In that crystal clear water, all the kinds of blue lotuses, golden lotuses, all kinds of colors, lotus flowers are just blooming. So what is the complexion of Krishna? Blue. He turns the complexion to blue and then he goes inside the river and then he will be, how is Krishna's face? How do we describe Krishna's face? Lotus like. So there are all these blue lotuses, and he's one of those lotuses. Right? Now Radharani gets into the water with all the Sakhis, and they were splashing water, they're talking, they're joking, and then all of a sudden one lotus starts speaking. Right? All of a sudden one lotus starts speaking, and lotus says, how can I help you, Sakhi? And then he's like, who is this, who is this, who is this? And then Krishna just laughs and then he swims back. Right? Now Radharani is so mad, double mad. And then he goes, and then Krishna sees, he says, sorry, but she got so scared. All of a sudden when the lotus starts speaking, she is scared to death, in our language to say. So she is so mad now, very, very mad. So now Krishna understood, oh, I made her double mad, not just single mad, double mad. Now what to do, how to please her? And then when he was walking on the shore, he kept saying, sorry. And Radharani says, never again. I wanted to see your face. And then she walks away. And then he starts walking, and then he see whom? Vrindadevi. Our Tulsi Maharani, Vrindadevi. And she says, Sham, what did you do now? And she's like, well, I just scared little bit, but she scared so much. I didn't know that she's so scary, but it's not my fault that she's so scary. I just did very simple way. I just spoke little bit. And she says, she is so mad, Sham. There is no other way. And she's like, no, please tell me something. How can I please her? Without her being pleased, I can't live. If she is angry, I can't live. Please tell me how to please her. And then Vrindadevi says, okay, there is only one way, that you dress like a gopi. And then there is a separate place when Radharani gets mad. It's called Man Mandir. Right? When you go, if any one of you go to Vrindavan, please go and visit that place. It's very, very beautiful place. I went in 2004 to Vrindavan. It is still in my eyes, that place, because my spiritual master did 3 hours of kirtan in that place. It's a very special place. So she goes into the Man Mandir. She's mad. She says, anything black should not come in front of my eyes. I don't want to see anything black. So Sakis are like, oh, she's so mad. And then here comes the Sham Sakhi. Now, right? She dresses as a gopi. Now she's Sham Sakhi. And then she comes and then Lalita says, who are you? And then she's, oh, Vrindadevi sent me because Vrindadevi wants me to teach flute to Radharani. And then Lalita says, flute? I never heard that she wanted to learn flute. And she said, no, seriously, Vrindadevi told me. No, I don't think so. Radharani wanted to learn flute. And then she says, who are you to teach her flute? She is very expert in all the arts. Who are you to teach her flute? She's like, no, there are some things that she wanted to learn, but she doesn't know. Vrindadevi told me to go. And Lalita Sakhi is like, no, you're not going anywhere. And it's like, no, please understand me. I'm new to this place, but I'm very good at flute. She really wanted me to go and teach Radharani. Lalita goes and asks Radharani, there is some Sham Sakhi. She came to teach you flute. And then she says, anyway, you're in such a bad mood. Why don't you learn some flute? So at least it will get you out of that bad mood. So she listens to Lalita and Vishaka. She says, okay, bring her in. Now Sham Sakhi comes with flute. Right? And then Sham Sakhi teaches a couple of things. And then Radharani plays Everything she plays, Shyamsaki says, no, that's wrong. Everything she plays, wrong. And then she gets so mad, Radharani, and then she wanted to hold her and ask what else is right, like that. So as soon as she holds Shyamsaki with the touch, she knows who is that Shyamsaki. And then she's very pleased to see Krishna. It's just for the Leela. It's just the Leela. So she's very pleased with Krishna, and then they have their own sweet pastimes. So I'll narrate one more because I was strictly warned to end by 6. They said not even 2 minutes later. So, so how many of you have heard about Manasi Ganga? How many of you know about Manasi Ganga? 2 people. Anybody else knows about Manasi Ganga? So we'll just give a glimpse of how it formed. When Krishna kills that demon who comes in the form of a calf, who is that? Atsasur, right? He kills, and then when he kills, and then Gopi says, "Yay! Don't touch. You're untouchable now." And Krishna says, "But you killed a cow. You killed a calf." And then says, "No, but that's a demon." And then they says, "Whether it's a demon or not demon, we don't care. But you killed a cow." One sentence. So you are untouchable. Now you need to purify yourself. Now you need to go to all the holy places, take your bath and come. And then Krishna says, why should I go to everywhere else? I will call everybody. And that's how he calls all the holy rivers. And then the Ganga comes and then they forms a lake called Manasi Ganga. That's what Manasi Ganga is. But now when you go to Vrindavan, now Manasi Ganga is very little. It's like a little bit big lake, but it's not very big. But those days it's a huge, very huge. People has to go by boat to cross Manasi Ganga. Now there is no crossing. Everything is like shore. In between there is Manasi Ganga. You go and just take some water and come. But those days it's people can swim around, people can walk around, go by boat. So everybody has to cross by boat. So the Gopis, Radharani and Sakhis, when they go, on the other side of Manasi Ganga to sell their yogurt, butter, and they have their own pastimes in the forest. And then when every day they come back, crossing the boat, and then to go to Barsana, to go to their own houses. So that particular day, there is no boatman. And by Krishna's Yogamaya potency, the Leela Shakti, all of a sudden it's black clouds. It started thundering, it started lightning. Oh no, it's going to rain, but we don't have any boatman. And then in the distance somewhere they see one boatman. And the Gosakis, they run to him. And they say, oh boatman, please, let us, please take us on the other side of the shore. It's going to rain. And he says, oh, it's going to rain. The boat is not going to go properly. So I'm not going to go anywhere else. It's too much risk. And he says, no, we will give you jewels. We'll give you a lot of this. We'll give you a lot of that. Please take us to the other side of the shore. And then he says, okay, just because you are all asking. And then they sit on the boat. And then he goes in the middle of the Manasi Ganga. And then the boat starts shaking. Right? And then it starts thundering, lightning, and the boat starts shaking. And Gopis are like, oh my God, what happened? Sham, Krishna, what happened? Narayana. And then the boatman says, it's too heavy. You're all too fat. The boat is too heavy. You're too fat. So it's not going. So at least you throw away your butter and ghee and all these milk pots into the Manasi Ganga. So they throw everything, all the pots into Manasi Ganga, butter. First he says, throw away all that milk. And then they throw all the milk pots. And then he's like, he's still heavy. Throw all that butter. And then they throw the butter. And he's like, oh, it is still heavy. Throw the ghee. And they throw the ghee. And he says, oh, it is still heavy. Throw away all the jewels. How many jewels you will wear? Throw away all the jewels. And then they're like, otherwise we're going to sink and we're going to finish. And they take off the jewels quickly and then they throw away everything. And then he says, oh, it is still so heavy. What you guys are eating? It is still so heavy. And he says, you remove all your clothes and throw in the Ganga. And then the Sakhi says, if you say one more thing without riding the boat, We are going to throw you in Manasi Ganga. So you better ride the boat and take us across the Manasi Ganga. And then he says, no, no, see how it is going, shaking. And then Radharani gets up and she really wanted to punch him because it's too much already for them in the middle of Manasi Ganga, right? So she goes and holds that boatman. And then who is that boatman? Our sweet Krishna. So as soon as she touches, she can feel it's Shyam, it's Krishna. And then she starts feeling, her colors changes, or she starts feeling like all the Sikhs are like, what happened to you? And then she pulls the flute from Krishna's um, dhoti, and then they all have their boat pastimes in Manasi Ganga. So there are innumerable number of pastimes, innumerable. Every single day there are countless number of pastimes that Radha and Krishna has. But there are higher transcendental pastimes that I I am really not very comfortable to describe, because I don't know if I'm qualified to describe and I'm really able to understand that higher level of transcendence between Radha and Krishna. There are very wonderful pastimes of after Radha gets married to Abhimanyu. There are so many other pastimes of her getting married to Abhimanyu, but then she is not happy that her mother-in-law is Jatila and her sister-in-law is Kutila. What a name, sir! Jatila, Kutila. So they never wanted her to meet Krishna, because it's such a prestigious issue. You married, you're going and meeting Krishna. What is this? So they never let her go out. And then one day Radharani is really feeling so much separation. She really wanted to see. I have 4 minutes, so I'm just describing this. So she really wanted to see Shyam. She really wanted to see Krishna. And then she don't know what to do. Then she tells her Sakis, I'm dying in the separation. I'm dying in this fire of separation that I didn't see Shyam. I really wanted to go, but they're not letting me go. And then and then the Saki says, okay, you pretend as if you got bitten by a snake. And then we go and call the tantric. And then Sri Dhama, who is Radharani's brother, he's Krishna's friend. So he goes and gives all the plan to Krishna. So Radharani now she's like, oh no. And then Sakis are like, oh no, Radharani got bitten by a snake. She's going to die. She's going to die. We need to call some tantric. We should call them tantric. And then they go all around and like, oh, nobody is here. Nobody is here. Somewhere in Vrindavan, there is one tantric. He's very good. With the mantra itself, he can remove the poison. You have to call that tantric. And then they said, who is that? And they go to Purnamasi, who is also facilitating all these sweet pastimes. Purnamasi has Gargamuni's daughter, Nandimukhi, with her. And then she says, oh, I have my friend, I forgot the name, that she says, Vindhya Manjari something. And then she's very good. She's very good expert in this. And then I can go and ask her. And then she goes, please come, my friend got bitten by a snake, you have to come and save her. And he said, no, I don't go to people's houses like this and do it. They have to come to me only. And he said, no, she cannot move. She's unconscious. You have to come. And then they come. And then he comes, right? She comes. The Nandimukhi's friend comes. And then when she goes there, and then she says, I need that Jatila. She says, come, let's go. And she says, where are you coming? And she says, no, my daughter is in danger. I wanted you to help her. I wanted you to protect her. And then will protect. But to do my tantric things, I need to be alone with your daughter-in-law. I don't need any sakhis, anybody inside. And she says, no. This custom is not there in our house. This is not our culture. How can we leave our daughter-in-law with you alone? No. We are not going to leave. She's like, okay, bye. I'm leaving. You have your funeral ceremony for your daughter-in-law. And then she said, oh, no, don't do like that. We will let you. So she said, okay, I will be there. Nothing, nobody else will be there, but I will just be there. Just one woman. He says, no woman is allowed, no man is allowed. Only I have to be alone with her to do it. Then all the Sakhis comes. By looking at the Sakhis, Krishna gives all kinds of signs. Who is she? And then they all goes out, and then Radha sees Krishna. So there are so many beautiful, wonderful pastimes like this. On this auspicious day, let us all beg for the mercy of Srimati Radharani. She is the ocean of compassion. Without pleasing Srimati Radharani, we cannot please Krishna. Right? It's like, see, when father's birthday comes at home, what do we say? Happy birthday, dad. Happy birthday. Something like that. And everybody says, oh, dad's birthday, happy birthday, dad. And then when mom's birthday comes, what do we do? Oh, mommy loves cake. Oh, mommy loves, this, mommy loves that. And then do something little more for mother, because mother is little more compassionate. Father is like a strict ruler. When mother comes, it's more little more compassion. So Radharani is like that. To please Krishna, it takes little challenging, you know but to please Radharani is not that easy. She's the ocean of compassion. So on this auspicious occasion of Sri Radhashtami, let's all pray at the lotus feet of Srila Prabhupada to allow us to please Srimati Radharani, and let us endeavor to please her through our words, through our actions, and through our coming together for this auspicious occasion of Sri Radhashtami. Thank you so much. Hare Krishna. No questions, please.
Vrajabhakti Mataji ki.
You can ask me questions later because I don't want to be late for lunch.
Turn it on. Tara, can you play Mridanga?
So devotees, sorry, there was some announcement, but momentarily we are going to open the curtain for appreciation.
Can I take this one?
Initially, as most of you know, the pujaris on the altar will do the procedure. It takes about 5 to 10 minutes. So during that time, I request all the devotees to please be seated. Then when pujaris are done with the initial process, then they will invite devotees to come forward. At that time, I request people to come from the center.
Can I go there?
In the center, make a line. Somebody is going to use some Ajman water to purify your hand, and then flower petals. Offer the flower petals at the feet of the ladies, not on top of them, right? And then do a abhishek and turn back and come back. So that provide.
Sorry, bro. Take this one.
Yeah. So we have to mirror group, please. सुभद्रा महारानी की, श्री गौर निताय की, श्रीमती राधारानी की, राधाष्टमी तिथि महामहोत्सव की। Krishna Srimati Bhakti Vedanta Swami Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Satarine Devi Sesa Sunnavane Vachattade Satarine Saraswati Rama Rama Hare Hare